Hello, we are back for another Bible breakdown, and this time I'm going to be telling them to my fiance, because we wanted to learn together, so this kind of gives us the opportunity to learn together. He has already watched the videos that I've put up, so he is caught up with us. Today we're going to be doing Genesis chapter 5, and this is just the descendants from Adam to Noah.
Okay.
So, when God made Adam, it says that he made him in the likeness of himself. So, he is made in the likeness of God. But Adam was about 130 years when he had a son named Seth. After Seth, he lived 800 years. So, all in all, he lived 930 years. Seth, his son, lived 105 years, then had a baby, a son named Enosh. And he lived another 807 years. So he lived all in all about 912 years. And all I'm saying is when I think about these things, all I can see are these like old men running around after a child and trying not to break a hip.
Yeah, but they're 800 years old is like our 30-year-old bodies.
Okay, that would make more sense. Because I was like, these poor elderly people.
Yeah,
They have
time just
long.
drag for them. Dude, imagine living 900 years.
I get so bored.
I could barely take 30.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I want to live long enough to see my grandchildren, but to see that many grandchildren, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, your great grandchildren.
And don't
That's
mind,
a lot of money, I'm being honest.
Don't mind the baby. She is in the bouncer. So if you hear little noises, she's right there.
We'll have to try and make her laugh.
So Seth's son Enosh lived 90 years, had his son Kenan, who...
So they only had one kid?
No, they had more, but this is just like the male descendants, like the firstborn males, I believe.
Oh, gosh, that makes sense.
So then, no, it's not firstborn, because Seth was born after, because the first sons of Abraham were, not at least first, but they had Cain and Abel first before Seth. So I don't really know.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to look into it. Anyways, so
don't worry, I can ask the questions you guys have.
He lived 90 years, and then Kenan was born, and then he lived another 815 years, so he lived to be 905 years. Kenan was 70 years old when he had a son named Mahalalel.
Oh gosh.
Mahalalel. Mahalalel.
What if the E makes one of the A's say their name?
Mahalalel. Mahalo?
No, that sounds awful.
Mahalel. I don't know.
We're gonna have to ask Siri.
Let me know. But then he had Mahalalel. And he lived for another 840 years. For all in all, he lived 910 years. And then Mahalalel lived 65 years and had a son named Jared. And then he lived another 830 years. And then, so he ended up being 895. Jared lived 162 years. Had a son named... had a son named Enoch.
Right there.
Lived another 800 years. And so all in all, he lived 962 years. Enoch was 65 years when he had Methuselah. Methuselah walked with God, so he lived for 300 more years, and then God took him at 365 years. So there's two people in the Bible that God, they don't die. They get taken by God, and he is one of them, which I think is wicked cool.
He's also the oldest person to ever exist.
Methuselah?
Yep.
No, honey, I'm talking about Enoch.
Oh.
Methuselah lived 187 years and had his son Lamech. Then he lived another 782 years. So all in all, 969 years. So yes.
Yeah.
And then
so
Lamech.
The person who had Methuselah was the one that God took?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lamech lived 182 years and then had Noah. And it says that when Noah was born, out of the ground that the Lord has cursed, this one shall bring us relief from our work, and from the painful toil of our hands. And he lived for 595 years, ended up having 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and he lived for 777 years.
Dang.
So that's just the recount of chapter 5. It's literally a list of people and how long they lived, and the descendants from Abraham to Noah. No, from Adam to Noah. Excited, huh? So yeah. See you on the next one.